new patient, you will select the Create Patient button. You can also import patients in bulk by clicking here and using the attachment. Let's create one patient for now. To add a new patient, you're going to select their status, you can choose their model, a setting, put in their name, date of birth, these important notes will show up as a sticky note at the top of their profile. These billing notes will show up on the billing page and will only be shown to folks that have access to billing information. Now I have my patient set up as a basic profile, but I need to add other important fields as well. I'm going to need to add a discipline, an address, phone number, and I can choose to add an email address or a legal guardian. If you add a legal guardian, they will have access to a parent portal. Let's add some of this information now. Going to click Actions and Edit. And I'm going to click the Contact Information area. This is where I can add a legal guardian. If there is already a legal guardian for one of the other patients, like maybe it's a sibling, you can click here to find one that already exists, or you can select a new one here. I'm going to select one that already exists. You can add any emails, phone numbers, or addresses. If you're going to be billing insurance, you will need to add an address. If you know your 9-digit zip code, you can add a 9-digit zip code. Next, I'm going to add some more information. You can add any referral. This would be if someone referred this patient to you. Medical history, service locations, if you serve this patient in a school that you have a private contract with. Treatability and diagnoses. This is required. Let's click on this one. You will need to add the discipline for this patient. I'm going to choose speech therapy. You can add a treatability status. You will need to add a diagnosis code. This is required. If you have not already evaluated this patient, you can make it a suspected diagnosis here. You can add a second diagnosis code here. And you can delete one here. If they have another discipline, you can add a second discipline here. Same thing, add diagnosis codes, and you can remove it by clicking this. For referring providers, you can click here. You can add if they're referring or ordering. This might depend on what your payer requirements are, so you can choose the correct option here. If you need to delete it, you can click here. Payment methods go here. This will be in a separate video, but this is how you add one. Insurance authorizations, same thing. If they need one, click here to add one. Click here to remove it. And when you're all done, you can save the patient. All of these are also optional fields. An interesting point in this optional field is this is where you can choose if you want to store parent-friendly summaries in the patient portal. If you have Tenalog at your practice, this is also where you can choose to have Tenalog enabled. When you're finished, save your patient. Your patient is all set up and ready to begin. Again, you will need to add payments, but the specifics of this can be in another video.